And up until this latest outer loop fiasco, I was never part of this. I was called B6 and I was safe. I was told it wasn't viable. I was told multiple times by Rivera and Associates that it was not going through our property. And then B23 was a little bit further north, Lone Oak and Pleasant Lane. But all of a sudden it swooped down to go through our property. When this first started off, it was a bright big yellow marker going around. And I saw in the paper where it might go near me on this new proposed. So I go down to TxDOT, and I'm talking to Greg Molitek. And he keeps telling me, make an appointment, make an appointment. I said, I want to see where it's going to go, because I think it's near me. Make an appointment. He's a state agency. So I left from there and went over to the Herald, and they said, yes, ma'am. 1 minute later, I have it. Goes right through my property. I call up and I talk to Kay Vela, Rivera and Associates, and she says, no, ma'am, you're not viable. You're going to be dropped off. And if you look at that map over there, it goes nowhere near my property. Viable options. I wasn't viable. So I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to worry. My neighbors bought some property next to me, another platted subdivision that's not marked on the subdivision plots that you saw about 10, 15 minutes ago. So we have 5 subdivisions that this new road goes through. It's not counted. 363 acres. But the first part that they never counted was, I don't know, many of you went to the January meeting that was at the Kenyon High School, and you may have seen in your local paper a picture of a taller man, about 5'8", and a shorter guy, much older, wearing matching quilted jackets, green plaid. Pretty ugly. And they were quoted in the paper, and that was my husband. His name was misspelled, and Jerome Schumann Sr. And if he had lived, he would have been 99 Christmas Eve, but this damn road killed him. And I'll say that over and over again. Up to January 31st, when we had that meeting, he walked up to there, and he says, I walked it earlier today. At that point, he was 97. And he trucked my husband up and down there and saying, this is where it needs to go. Where the power lines were, behind Lone Oak and Buffalo Springs. But see, Buffalo Springs just sort of fell off the map, and we never have found out why. I have a pretty good idea why Lone Oak did. But then Rivera and Associates keeps saying, well, I had this meeting with Elm Creek Subdivision, and he mispronounces it, and he says, well, I'm not quite sure what they're called. But I know what they're called. One of the ladies called her son that was an attorney, and all of a sudden, it's dropped off. Today, it was in the library. They were supposed to have a list of who was the attendees, but that was missing. Go to the library, you see that page, it's missing. They kept quoting Mr. Shale, who's not Danny Shale, he's one of the other Shales. And he kept talking about, well, I'll just sell this. But what you haven't been told is the PowerPoint presentation that says that if you sell your property, and it has to be platted, this is the PowerPoint presentation that he presented, then at that point, you will give up your rights. You will pave the road. Thank you.